for the people that are watching that are newly waking up to this, there's a conflict between Russia and Ukraine. They watched a Tom Clancy movie and they're thinking, whoa, maybe I got it all wrong, right? and so what would you tell them to bring them up to speed? And what would you tell the people who already believe that want a good way to let their friends know what's really going on?
Well, there's one thing which people have to understand. It is not between Russia and Ukraine, or whatever is left of it, or if it is going to exist at all, which I don't think it will exist in a few years as a state. It's between Russia and NATO. It's between Russia and combined West. And if people do not understand it, I don't know how to deliver it to them, but actually we are not on precipice. We are in the new world order, where United States actually is just another great power, and not even the most powerful one, despite the fact of many things which they sell as propaganda, and USA, like all kinds of things like that, of that nature. No. This is completely different world. But Russia is finishing the business of finishing off what we talk about, the combined West as it exists today, because it doesn't have the right to exist, because it's the poisonous for the existence of the pretty much global civilization, and especially what many people call today the global South. And United States and combined West have been defeated already. It's a fait accompli. Now what we are in is the arrangement phase, and Russians are not Russian, because why would Russia, basically sacrifice more lives of Russian servicemen when it could be done, in the combination of the political and military means, which is happening. And as Al Capone used to say, you can get much further with the kind word and the gun than with the kind word alone. This is exactly what is happening. And Russian demands didn't change since 2022. In fact, since 2021, and it doesn't matter what West says or how the politicians react or whatever, it doesn't matter. The only thing which matters, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is how we are as species, this is how we are biologically and intellectually. The only thing which ever matters and will continue to matter for the foreseeable future is the military industrial power. Russia has it.
So what you're saying is, right. So what you're saying is, if you run the numbers, it is better for Russian lives to finish it now.
Not necessarily. Okay. I mean, finish now. What do you mean?
No. Continue to finish the conflict. Not do a ceasefire.
Yeah, there's no ceasefire. There will be no ceasefire, except for those tactical ceasefires, for example, like they happened already like 3 or 4 times along the line of contact, because 99% of the corpses there are Ukrainian corpses, and they begin to decompose, and it becomes dangerous to both sides. So they do that 24-hour thing, and they collect those remains and things of this nature. So other than that, no, it's all continuous, and until Zelensky regime is completely annihilated and Nazis, I mean, the aims remain unchanged. Denazification and demilitarization of Ukraine, and with it of NATO. What is happening now, we are in the phase of the total demilitarization of NATO, including the United States. NATO as a whole simply ran out of weapons to give to Ukraine. And as a result, Russians are outproducing NATO by order of magnitude on critical ammunition and weapons, especially in terms of the high precision and smart weaponry and long range fires. So, and as a result, yeah, Russia can do it, for another 2 years if it comes down to it. And we have now catastrophic numbers. So officially confirmed number now is that Ukraine has 1.8 plus million killed TIAs. So you multiply this number by 2, roughly, you get about 3.6 million, which are maimed, wounded, PTSD, completely mental breakdown and things like that. So, and I understand it sounds horrible, but Russians can do it until the last Ukrainian. That's what West wanted. But because you have people who are incompetent in Pentagon, CIA, all those, let alone the clowns from Bundeswehr or France or what have you, they don't know what real war is. They believed all those propaganda things, about Russia, that Putin's regime is, on the last legs, and Russians want, as this imbecile Lambrecht stated, Putin now is going to be denied shopping on Champs-Élysées. And what? Can you imagine Russians not having Louis Vuitton overpriced junk? What a catastrophe. This is the level. It's right. You have to understand. Obviously, United States doesn't have a Russian experdom as the viable academic field. For example, most people who from Harvard, Stanford, Ivy League, who teach Russia studies there, or most, not all, of those professors, they are academic frauds. They even made, remember Mr. McFall, who became the ambassador of the United States in Russia in 2010. The guy is a certified imbecile. Yet here he is. He basically consults all those people. You read anything written by Rand or American generals speaking about war, it's kindergarten.
Yeah, again, it's like these are the adults. It's very sad.
They are mature level of teenagers, and they're downright morons. If you look attentively at the battlefield situation, especially after famous counteroffensive in 2023, these were American and NATO generals who planned it. That was planned by amateurs. That's unbelievable.
Do you think that Trump is aware of everything you just described in the last 10 minutes? I mean, he met with Putin for 3 hours.
Trump is a narcissist.
Okay.
And people who know him, Larry wrote piece, and his friends also met Trump. He's a very insecure man. On public, he plays this, this, good Lord, I don't know, bully and all that. In reality, he's, as any narcissist, and he is extreme case of narcissism, he's very insecure. And as the result, anything he says, you cannot take it completely as the true, So he may promise to Putin anything he wants. Putin is a very sophisticated man. He's professional intelligence guy who graduated, apart from being one, great, attorney, lawyer, essentially, and being obviously high school of KGB. He graduated legendary, which is now today Academy of the Foreign Intelligence, used to be Red Banner Institute, Andropov's Red Banner Institute. This is different level, intellectual and professional. And so Putin knows that, it's one thing what he says, and it's absolutely hollow for the most part. Is Trump aware? Even if he is, his personality, he's definitely not a complete moron. Let's put it this way. He's not Biden, okay? Let's put it this way. But I mean, listen, he has to be going through, together with the whole Washington, D.C., through a horrendously painful time. When you begin to recognize your impotence, military, economic. You remember what happens with those tariffs? India told the United States to go pound sand. China didn't even look at it seriously, like, go screw yourself. Russia said, okay, sure. And Brazil told the United States to go the hell out of here, So this is like slap in your face. Can you imagine for the narcissist like Trump, who thought, and he was told. I listened to yesterday with Garland Nixon when we were talking, and Nima, he ran this Navarro guy, who main economic, consultant. The guy is a certified imbecile. He was talking about Russian economy. He doesn't understand a thing. He doesn't understand how military-industrial complex works, how it is designed, And you look at this like, good Lord, you're absolutely correct. They call them adults. They are not adults. They are H.R. Mencken's proverbial, as he wrote in 1920s, morons with the PhDs. That's who they are. Unbelievable. Mencken, God bless his soul, outstanding American journal and the wordsmith, he knew it in 1920s. He wrote this famous, and with, the heart's desires of our people will finally be fulfilled, and the White House will be adorned by the downright moron. So,
Right.
good Lord.
Rolling?
Yes.
Did you like that clip? If so, click here. But if you love that clip, click here and watch the full video. Also remember to like, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, share before I disappear.